Hey guys, it's time to talk about the Seattle Kraken. After a pretty disappointing season last season, they'll be looking to bounce back and hopefully see themselves climbing up the standings after a pretty horrid year last year where they finished well down the bottom and 76 points in the season. I think they were pretty much fourth to last in the standings. So they'll be wanting to make an improvement on that. They've had a reasonable off season, getting a couple of pieces. But Jaden, why don't you take us through the entire projected lineup?
All right, so 2 million in cap space. In regards to the lineup, we've got McCann, whatever you want to say. Beniers, Eberle, Schwartz, Wright, Tolvanen, Marchment, Stephenson, Winterton. Um, I don't know how to say this guy's name. It's Katai, Goudreau, Nyman. In regards to D, we got Dunn, Larson, Lindgren, Montour, Mahura, and Alexiak. And goaltending, you got Decord and Grubauer. Obviously, missing from this lineup, you've got Kapokako on the IR and Riker Evans on the IR. So they'll hopefully fill in at some point. In regards to additions, Ryan Lindgren via free agency, Matt Murray, also another goaltender. Um, yeah, yeah. Sorry, the three goaltenders are all risky. And then in regards to trades, bringing in Mason Marchment, getting rid of Burakovsky, and then getting rid of bringing in Goudreau, and that was pretty much their off season in regards to trades. They did bring in do a little small trade with Philly as well. Um, all in all, the team doesn't look too bad. Like I like the top seven in regards to forward line.
Mhm.
The bottom part needs probably, you could probably say top eight when if Karka comes back. But
Mhm.
I would like to see more improvement on the bottom six. D can get it done, but that goaltending is the biggest worry of them all. And
Mhm.
Can they get it done with 11.9 million spent on these three goaltenders? Can they get it done for this team?
Yeah, it's the area that gives you the real ick, isn't it? I mean, Decord has been really, really solid for them the last two seasons, putting up some decent save numbers, but they're having to rely on him quite heavily. He's had to play, I think it was 57 games last season, and I think it was 50 the year before. So they're going to need to rely on him quite heavily again. You might need to even bump that 57 into the 60s at this point because um, you can't. I don't know why they haven't bought out Philip Grubauer yet because last season, I mean, for God knows how long now he's been absolutely terrible, but last season he was 8 wins, 17 losses, and one overtime loss in 26 games at an 8.75 percentage, 3.49 goals against. That is absolutely deplorable. Like, that's not even. I don't know how he played 26 games. I almost would have just gone and gotten the. Just go and get the backup. Go and get the guy who's filling in for wherever and get him to fill in because he's probably going to put up better numbers than that. So I
I
don't.
think there's goalies out there you could take a risk on,
A
instead
hundred
of running
percent.
him. Yeah.
100%. You're telling me the likes of oh, I can't remember the one who just got. There was one of them that was out, and he's not fantastic, but they picked him up for 750K, and he would provide you with better performances than what you're seeing from Grubauer at the moment. They obviously picked up Matt Murray, which is a risk, and I think their hope is that they'll play Matt Murray over Grubauer, and Matt Murray can hopefully provide better numbers than what Grubauer provided. But ultimately, that goaltending last season, you could almost say, cost them a chance at a wild card, and it cost them being in contention for a wild card because 8-17-1 is absolutely atrocious, especially at an 8.75. Like he didn't give him a chance to win last season, and it puts so much pressure on Joey Decord. Um,
Mm.
yeah,
I
I
think Matt
think
Matt Murray relieves it a bit.
mm,
Maybe you play Grubauer 10 games, 5 games. Um,
mm,
Murray with the 20 and Decord with the rest. Um, it is just the biggest worry because the forward group looks alright. The decor looks alright. Like they can get it done. It really comes down to that goaltending. Oh, prediction wise, I not hopeful for him just because of the
yeah,
goaltending. Unless
yeah,
Decord and Murray go insane, um,
mm,
I I just can't see it at the moment. I feel like there's a piece missing.
yeah,
Maybe just like a star name or something. That 5 million and or 6 million, guess you could say, in Decor Grubauer. Put that into something else.
yeah,
In another player, in an upgrade, and I think this team looks really good. Uh, and
yeah.
I think that's all it really needs is that type of move. But until we see it, yeah, unfortunately I don't see playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, me either. I look, the defense doesn't look overly too different to what it did when they were sort of making the playoffs. Um, but yeah, like you can't. That goaltending is just going to need to be fixed to give them any sort of shot. And the biggest thing I see is when I look at this team, I don't mind. We know what Beniers can do. We know Capo Caco when he's in the lineup is going to be reasonable. Shane Wright's finally starting to come through, so they're getting some young talent into this lineup, which is fantastic. But is it enough to go that next level and get into the playoffs? Especially when you look at teams like what's in the Central, because realistically, it's only going to be a wild card spot available to them because I can't see them taking Vegas, I can't see them taking Edmonton, and I can't see them taking the Kings. So it's got to be a wild card spot, and then it means they've got to fight with the three or four of them that are going to be in contention in the Central, and then they've
Yeah,
got to fight against the likes of the Canucks and the Ducks, who, in
maybe
my
even the
opinion,
Flames as well. But
yeah, sorry, yeah, yeah, Flames as well. So you got three teams there that they've got to compete with as well in their own division. And I've got them probably pegged as the eighth best team in that list, or the seventh best team in that list.
yeah,
So yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to be quite low in the standings again for Seattle. But you've just got to see some improvements in Beniers, Wright, another solid season from Decord, shore up that backup goaltending spot, and then just see what you can add next season and go from there because they're not in a terrible spot. Like they're not hamstrung in contracts. They don't have any stupid contracts signed. They've obviously still got a couple of $1 million in cap space, so they're in a good position going forward. I just don't think it's going to be this year or potentially next. I think they're a few years away still.
and they got two Tampa top 10 protected first round picks as well.
Yeah.
So they could become good if and when Tampa do fall off. Probably not, but that could fast track this by quite a bit. I guess I'll finish off on just saying I think there's a slight chance, and it comes down to coaching. I think if they play that system that they played that year, they went in the playoffs. Like fast, exciting, pressuring hockey. They can do
Hmm.
it because this squad does, have a lot in it. Um, but if I don't see that probably in the first 10 games, then yeah, no playoffs for me. Um,
I've got a quick question for you because it's been on my mind, and I know he's on injured reserve right now, but I've got some pretty high hopes for this guy, and I want to know your thoughts. Is this the season that Capo Caco breaks out?
he's only 24. Um,
Mm.
I guess it depends on the injury. I can't remember what his injury was from off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Um, so if it's not something that hampers him at all, then yes.
broken hand, 6 weeks.
Well, that is
So,
something that hampers you. um, so maybe not immediately once he comes back, but I think maybe halfway through the season onwards. I think you're
Hmm.
going to see the Capo Caco that you probably expect to see,
Hmm.
especially when he was at the Rangers and whatnot. So I'm probably saying December onwards, you're going to see a pretty exciting Capo Caco,
Yeah.
and probably starting to hit his stride, that peak, and that $4 million deal looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I do. I like this player, and I thought it was a great pickup when they got him from the Rangers, because I thought Rangers really fumbled the bag on him and Lafreniere. And in a proper system that he was treated well in, given minutes to, I feel like this kid could. He's not really a kid anymore. He's 24, but I feel like this guy can go to big levels. I feel like he can be almost a point a game player. He can put up 30 plus goals. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
with the
I would
talent
love to
rounding out
see
at
him.
Seattle, I
Hmm.
reckon it's actually going to help him. There's going to be
Yeah,
less pressure on him.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, let us know what you think of the Seattle Kraken, their opportunities and future for this season. But don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. But till next time, we'll catch you guys.